YouTube tarot reader Lisa Lee has been found using bad language during her twice-weekly live streams. In a shocking turn of events, it has also been discovered that she will not tell you what you want to hear, only what you need to know. The internet is in collective shock that authenticity is alive and well in this corner of the YouTube meta space. Do not watch if you are easily offended.
Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or anytime in the future. Yes, indeed. Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Beyond Authentic. My name is Lisa, and we're going to be doing some tarot readings tonight. So, yes, indeed. Remember to keep your internet safety safe. You know what I mean. Keep your internet privacy private at all times, because you never know. The way the world is going, there will be a machine, or not a machine, there'll be an app in like a couple of months' time or a couple of years' time that will be able to track your entire digital footprint, whether or not you accept the cookies or not. I've just realized I haven't got earrings in, which is always a weird thing for me. There's something. So when I used to sing and perform, it used to be my false eyelashes. If I didn't have my false eyelashes on, I would feel like I was on stage absolutely naked. And do you know what it is when I'm not on stage? It's my earrings. I mean, not that I've been on stage forever, but it's my earrings. I can be dressed to the nines, and if I don't have my earrings in, I feel like I've been known to turn around, go all the way back home just to get earrings. Yes, that is a true story. Anyway, good evening, everybody. I do hope you are all well this fine and dandy Tuesday evening. We've got Patricia. Hello, Patricia. And we've got Patricia. Hello, Patricia. Judy, you are good enough. Oh, sorry, you are good enough. You are enough. And you are good enough. Holland, and we've got Rimsha as well. We are going to be doing some tarot readings a little bit, very soon, in fact, because I'm just kind of in the mood to do a lot of readings tonight. Do you know what I mean? Do you know, sometimes you just are, aren't you? Sometimes you just are. You just want to, whatever your job is or whatever it is that you enjoy doing, sometimes you just want to do it. I'm also, by the way, I've only got a little bit of eyeliner and a mascara on today, and I feel like I'm super glammed up, and I can't work out why. But anyway, we're just going to go with it. We're just going to roll with it today. So if you would like a tarot reading, how do you get one on this channel? There are two ways, right? The first way is dead simple. Send it as a super chat. You can send it any amount. If you want a longer reading, $8 or more, or $6 or more, or above. $6. What? £6, $8 and above. I do look rather glam. I don't know why though. Like, it's literally, or maybe it's the lipstick. Maybe it's the red lipstick against the black. I don't know. This is a quite a cool, very deep cold soldier top. That's right. So yes, two ways to get a reading. The first one, send a super chat. that guarantees your place next. Or if I'm already reading for someone, it guarantees you the next place. That way, yeah, that guarantees your slot. If you want a longer reading, send it as £6 or $8 or above. That guarantees you a seven card reading, or sometimes even more than that, depending on how busy we are, how I'm feeling, all of that jizzy jazz. So when you do that, YouTube takes its 30% out of whatever it is you send. So say you send £10, Google takes £3 out of that, or YouTube takes £3 out of that. And then I donate 20% to the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals, which is a charitable hospital, which I was actually telling a neighbor about. A neighbor's got a poorly cat with, we think it's porphyrin, like a thing coming out of both eyes, like I don't know what it is, almost like blood tears or something. And I said about the vets, and they were like, oh, well, you know, we're not sure how much that's going to cost. And I said, oh, PDSA. I said, if you're on any kind of support here in the UK, any kind of thing like that, they can step in and help and either reduce the cost or offer free, depending on sort of the level of need that there is. They can offer that support for pets. So I think they're going to take the pet. I said, you've got to register first. It takes a couple of days. So they're going to register and then try and take the cat up to the pet hospital, which is a good thing. That's a very good thing. So yes, so we raise money for that. Sorry, I just snorted like a pig then. Did you hear? Hopefully you didn't hear that. But yes, so the PDSA, they get 20% as well. So that's a good thing. And then any other monies that come in, we put into the channel, basically. I have been aware. I have been on TK Maxx's website today because Halloween stock is starting to come out in the shops. So I'm a very happy bunny when the Halloween stuff falls. I'm not buying pumpkins this year or skull things or anything like that today. Or this year, I'm going to concentrate on more crows because, you know, one there, this one that was a live crow and the taxidermy crow there and the other one in the background, you know, don't have enough crows. So, but I think I'm going to do another series of hunting down the Halloween decor here in the UK. So maybe that's why I'm giving goth vibes. I don't know why. Sean G. Hello, Sean G. I look so lovely today. Thank you very much. I don't know why. Literally half an hour ago, I was downloading all the stuff onto my Amazon TV. I was downloading all the apps and I literally went, oh, better run in. So I literally just sprayed some stuff through my hair, whacked on a bit of, you know, normally I spend ages. And today all I've done is a bit of blue eyeliner, a bit of my mascara, a lip on, and that's it. And everyone's saying I look particular. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll take the compliments. I don't get many of them, so I'll take the compliments where I can. So yes, thank you very much, everybody. Ed's here. Hello, Ed. I hope you're well, my friend. I really, really do. I found a bag of runes for you, and I've put them somewhere safe. So they'll probably turn up in like 2027 or something. So, you know, at which point you'll be the rune master. Anywho, yes, so there we go. What was I going to say? I was going to say something before we got started. I can't remember what it is. So let's just start, shall we? Shall we start? Shall we have some tarot readings? I'm still using the Fifth Spirit deck. I will bring into the rotation this one here, the Awakening. What's it called? The Unfolding Path. Not the Awakening. I always want to say the Awakening, but no, the Unfolding Path. But I think we're going to use the Fifth Spirit today. I think I'm going to make a video either this week or next week on my favorite decks because they're all on the website, which is up here, by the way. Look, beyondauthentic.co.uk. They're all on the website. Oh, hang on. Oh, you've been poorly. Oh, thank you, Judy. Bear with me 1 second. You've been poorly, Ed. Oh no. Okay, well listen, you don't have to mod. Just sit and lurk and chill and hang out and be one of us. That's cool. Oh, I'm so sorry you're poorly. Is it a messy pot? I don't do messy poorly. I'm such a bad wife to Rufus. If he's ever done messy poorly, I'm like No, can't do messy poorly. Do you know what I mean by the, or the, no, messy poorly I struggle with. You know, like arms falling off and oh, I've just accidentally severed 7 limbs. I don't think you've got 7 limbs, but you know what I mean? That's all fine. Can deal with that. But any other messy poorly, I can't, it freaks me out. But yeah, really sorry to hear that you're feeling poorly. Sending healthy vibes from Judy. Yeah, it's a healthy vibes from Judy. We'll I'll light you, in fact, should we light you a candle now? Go on, we'll light you a candle, Ed. Let me get the, oh gosh, come on, Raven. Come on, Miss Raven. Here we go. We'll get the Raven candle holder out. And do I have a lighter? Of course I do. Didn't think I did then for a second. Right, so we're going to light. Will you light my candle? What have I got in there? Oh, I've still got a bit of wax in there from last time. Here we go. Right, so we're going to light the green candle. I always use green for health because I just do. Sometimes for luck as well, because obviously because clovers are green. And so, yeah, that is something that we tend to do. Oh, no. Messy Polly in your car. Oh, no. Oh, I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay. There's nothing worse than messy Polly. I really hope you're okay. I hate it with a passion. I didn't even drop any wax in there then. So, yeah, we're going to send some nice healthy healing thoughts to Ed for not being messy poorly anymore, and also probably a lot of very, very grateful that, why is this not dripping my wax? Hang on a second. Also, you're probably going to be incredibly grateful that, you know, you don't have me as a nurse or anything, because I literally would be, I would be worse. One hint of messy poorly, and I am just as messy poorly. It's not a good thing. Right then, there we go. Right then, so let's just protect the candles. We'll go past that fan. There we go. Lovely green candle, which we are lighting for our friend Ed. You can see there, look, we are lighting the candle for Ed to send Ed some lovely healing energy, and to stop the messy poorliness as fast as the fates can, please. That's what we would like. And we'll ask Hygeia. That's a good goddess for health, because she's the goddess of hygiene, hence the name Hygeia. So yes, we'll ask Hygeia to come and send Ed some healthier vibes, please. That's what we want. That's what we want for the lovely Ed. Right, I'm just going to swap over. I don't know why. It just feels right today to swap the tarot, the Minecraft man, for some tarot cards. So there we go. Just in case anybody was wondering why I had a small ginger man on my microphone. It's not a little rendition of my husband, although it could be, can't it? Could be. Watch out, voodoo. Anyway, I hope you're feeling better soon, Ed. I really, really, really do. There's nothing worse than feeling grotty, is there? I hate it. Anywho, we'll send you some lovely healing energy today. While we're on the subject of lovely healing energy, no, that's not what I wanted to talk about at all. That isn't what I was going to say at all. That was my brain miscommunicating with itself. What I was going to say is I am going to start the tarot with Judy's tarot reading. And the reason I started going into talking about healing energy is because Judy does lots of healing energy work. She does. So then we're going to have a look. So Judy wants to know, what do I need to know about a new client, AP? Associated Press, no, who has booked an appointment with you? Is he authentic about needing your help? Ooh. Hopefully, if he's booked an appointment, it's going to pay you lots of money. It depends, though. Do you, because I know that for those that don't know, Judy works in the healing arts. Do you occasionally get the sort of slightly pervy ones who want a happy ending and things like that? Because couldn't imagine anything worse. But anyway, I'm going to do your reading, Judy, and we'll see what his motives are. And we'll do that in, shall we say, 17 seconds. So I can swap the camera over. Yep, that's what we're going to say. So 17 seconds time, Judy, will the readings begin right now. We have a super strong connection here. Right. Oh my God! Okay, hopefully that's bright enough. I don't want to turn the ring light on too much in case it gets too glary. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, as always, we're going to cleanse the space for you, Judy. And we're bringing in Wispy. Oh, hang on, we're not, because I haven't got the magic buttons done on there. So hopefully that's going to come on. Thank you very much. Now we're bringing in Wispy. Sorry, Wispy, my friend. So we bring in the elemental air dragon, and we've got the fifth spirit deck. So this is a good one, Judy. You know this deck. It's going to tell you very honestly if this person has the right intentions. So let's have a look. Does he authentically need Judy's help? That's what we want to know, Wispy. Is there's a new client called AP for Judy, and we want to know, are his intentions truthful? Is he authentic in needing the help, or is there something else going on? That's what we want to know. Right then, Judy. So we will have a look at where you are. No, I'll tell you what, Wispy. We'll do it from his perspective. Okay, so we'll do it from the client's perspective, Wispy. So where the client is, then what Judy needs to know. Okay, so what's going on with the client, what Judy needs to know, and what the opportunity or what's likely to come up in the appointment or in that meeting, right? That's what we're going to do, Wispy. So then, here we go. I'm going to, I don't know why, but everything was saying just shuffle a little bit more. So that's what I'm going to do. Always listen to that inner voice when you're doing any kind of tarot or spiritual or any work like that. Right then, here we go. Now then, let's do the lovely drop. And Wispy, let's see what we've got in store. So then, where the client is. Oh, 5 of Swords. Mixed energy going on with the client. What you need to know, Ace of Cups. So what you need to know about the client. A new something going on emotionally, a new project, a new something happening emotionally, and a 5 here. Oh, the cards aren't sure. A 5 and a reverse 5. Right, let's go deeper. The 2 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups. Right, okay. He's either had a heartache, or there's some sort of emotional healing. But look, a third 5. And then let's see the root. If this is a 5, I'm going to scream. It's a 6. Not that much better. Right then. So what this is looking like is, well, I'll go into it, Judy. So the 5 of Swords, this is where the client is. Okay. So a bit of upheaval, having gone through a bit of a trial, a bit of a crappy time recently. Okay. Very much with Swords, it being hurdles and challenges, very much a challenging time for the client. So I don't know what they've told you about sort of the reason for going, but I think if there's physical need, there is also an underlying emotional need here that they're wanting to help fix. I'm not entirely 100% certain on what it is that you actually do in that way, so I'm not entirely certain whether this is going to help, but from my understanding of things like Reiki and auric healing and energy flow, if it's anything in those sort of arts, then I think this is very much, he's coming for for dis-ease, but I think there is also a physical element to that, because the Five of Swords is very much those that, how can I put it? It is very much that challenge, right? There's nothing here specifically that is saying it's all physical, but I absolutely, as soon as the cards fell, especially these first three, I was like, yes, there's physical and there's emotional. So there is a reason here for that need, but I do think there's negative emotions that he's coming with, or that they are coming with. Oh yeah, you've said yeah, so that he's bringing negative emotions and negativity with him that needs a bit of a shove out as well. What you need to know, I think actually this might be a longer term client, or a client that you actually get along with. The Ace of Cups coming in what you need to know, so what is yet to be discovered. It feels very much like there's going to be a fairly decent connection, because it feels like the ace bringing in that newness and that new project, new client, new connection, and cups being that emotional connection. It feels very much like this isn't just a physical need. He's got that extra, he's in pain physically and emotionally, is what I'm trying to say. And it feels like you'll be able to help, and that connection is going to be quite good, because this is what you need to know. Okay, so it's not what's going on with him, it's what you need to know about him. And it feels like that connection's going to be an emotional one. The Five of Wands, though, in the future outcome and how things are going to go, I think, I don't know whether he'll kind of try and lean on you almost as a counseling client. It feels like, I know when I do tarot readings for people face to face, or over the interwebs, or however I do it, when it's just a one-to-one, that becomes very, very deeply sort of almost pseudo counseling, or at least it can do, with people really opening up about where they are at and what the cards are suggesting. And that's where my boundaries from my counseling training have to come in and say, look, I can help, and I can certainly, I'll read the cards, and then afterwards I'll try and signpost you to various different agencies. But sometimes I do have to say to people, listen, I'll do this reading, but my suggestion is go and see a counselor, because you need more than a tarot can do. And it feels almost like that with this. It feels like he's probably going to unload, because he's feeling quite insecure about, okay, Wispy. He's feeling insecure about himself, and he's feeling insecure about whatever's been happening. And it's really throwing him into a bit of turmoil. So I think he is looking for that support, basically, on a physical, I would say on a physical, emotional, and probably spiritual level as well, because of the way that the cards are falling. But it does really feel like he's going to have a wobble, because this is reversed. I feel like he's coming in with some issues. He's going to have a wobble about, oh, you didn't heal me with one session or something like that. And then I think afterwards, because you'll have that initial connection, I think afterwards he'll be back for repeat support, if that makes sense. So under the surface, or sort of the subconscious, the elements that he's not necessarily talking about, we've got the Two of Pentacles reversed, and we've got the Five of Cups coming in. I think there's either been a split, or there's been some big emotional sort of collapse. I don't think it's recent, but it will be a little while ago that he's dealing with, and he's not looking at the positives. He's looking at the negative. He's stuck in that sort of repeating cycle of negativity, and he's not able to look at the future. He's not able to look forward at the moment, because he keeps looking back at the past, and that is going to be something that emotionally will get triggered as he starts going through a healing process, because I don't think he's there. And he's going to, one thing to bear in mind, whatever the healing arts are that you do, he's going to get worse before he gets better, which is a standard common thing. He's going to feel worse before he gets better. He's not going to be worse, but be prepared for that with this 5 and this 6 of Swords. I think he's struggling to deal with whatever the issues are. He's struggling on his own, because I don't think he feels that he's got community support, because the 6 is reversed, and I think he's feeling quite lonely, if that makes sense. So yeah, I do think that there is I do think that there is a need for him to get some community or group counseling or something like that, to help him. But I do absolutely feel like he's going to start, I don't think it's going to be a parasocial relationship. I don't think it's going to be off kilter in terms of like counseling boundaries and how you can help. I think he'll how can I put this? I think he'll respect your boundaries, but I also think he's going to need to open up. He's going to need to discuss, because it really does feel that whatever the reason is he's coming to you, there's roots to it, if that makes sense. And perhaps on the first, or perhaps on the second session, he'll reveal what those roots are. And it will be quite, my gut instinct is saying it's going to be quite an emotional revelation, because I'm already feeling a little bit choked up, and I don't know why. So Wispy, you can take that off me now, because that isn't my emotion. Thank you very much, Wispy. I'm just gonna open a can of, what's this today? Pepsi Max. I know, right? The hard stuff. So yeah, you can take all of that off, Wispy, please. Thank you very much. I've got the message. You don't need to lay it on thick with a trowel. So yeah, it really does feel like he's going to, I don't think he'll have a breakdown, but the first session will be feeling each other's boundaries and feeling each other out, and is this going to help, because I've gone to other places and nothing's worked. And then after that, or even at the end of that session, he'll start breaking that down and going through what it actually is. Hopefully that helps, Judy. I've got no idea, because I cannot remember for the life of me. I know you do healing arts stuff, but I cannot remember for the life of me which aspect of the healing arts it is, because, ADHD. So I hugely apologize for that. If it turns out that you're actually a dentist, and you're going to be doing a root canal or something, then I completely apologize. But I'm pretty sure it's something in similar to what we do here, and like helping and healing and ethereal stuff. Anyway, I hope that helps. And yeah, thank you ever so much for your question. Right, let me swap back onto the camera. That was I got really big, like choking up, like I'm gonna have a the actors that can just squeeze out one tear that slowly rolls down the cheek, and the camera slowly pans in and maybe does a little twirly thing. That's what I feel like I'm in the moment for right now. So bear with me. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to hit. What have I got? I'm going to remind everybody that's just come in about the. No, I'm not. I'm going to. I've got nothing to play. I have nothing to play. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to say thank you to Holland for this thing where Holland talked about me. There's a word for it. I'll remember what it is in a second.
Lisa is such a good tarot reader. I've experienced that for myself, because Lisa's read for me quite a few times. But as a mod on her channel, I've also seen loads of times when people have said things like, oh yeah, that really resonates, or that's exactly it, you've hit the nail on the head. And because she doesn't sugarcoat, she just tells it like it is. It can really be quite an emotional and cathartic experience because they're not just being told what they want to hear, they're being told, as she says it, what you need to know. So I definitely recommend.
Anyway, yeah, thank you very much for that, Holland. Yeah. Your clients do have a tendency to unload. I nearly read that as upload. I'm learning how to set healthier boundaries. That was literally Wispy put me back in the classroom on year 2 of my counseling thingy, talking about firm, solid boundaries and this, that, and the other. Yes, he said he's looking for long-term help. You're meeting for the first time in a few weeks. That's cool. So that's good. Then I was on the spot with that. Thank you, my darling. You practice classical Chinese medicine and sound therapy. Do you know what? I have yet to do sound therapy. I had the opportunity a few years back at a pagan camp to have a didgeridoo sound bath. And I was like, that sounds really good. But also it sounds really silly. And I think I'll probably laugh because even though I know that vibrations, I mean, you know, cleansing the space with vibrations and stuff, I know that it works. I still was like, I'm going to feel daft lying down on the floor in a yurt in my, you know, slightly out there pagan kind of clothing, having a friend of a friend who I know bits about blowing their didgeridoo all over me. That sounded so wrong in my head, but that was kind of my reaction. That was literally what I was afraid of, is lying there and going, he's blowing his energy, he's blowing all over me. And all of those silly 13-year-old child snigger at the back of the classroom, all of that puerile humor. So I never had it done, and I've regretted it ever since because he's not gone back to the same camp. But just the idea, especially with a didgeridoo, it's such a guttural, it was, and I wish I'd done it, but anyway, I never did. I was scared of a man and his didgeridoo. And there you go. Anyway, right then, thank you ever so much for that donation, and thank you for the question, Judy. I hope it helped. There's a lot of emotions going with him, so whatever it is, be prepared for either tears or emotions to leak out as perhaps anger or aggression, or not anger, maybe a little bit of like alpha maleness, or the other thing. What am I trying to say? Come on, Wispy. What is it? Yeah, alpha crappy alphaness. I don't think he'll be inappropriate, but there is definitely something. Holland, you should do it with all of your musical skills. Oh my god, yeah, you'll be absolutely amazing. You should so do it with all your musical skills and all of the druidic element. Oh, that'd be so good. Yes, sound therapy, yes. Right, shall we open up another round for some tarot? I believe we should. So what we're going to do is I am going to press this magic button here, which isn't a didgeridoo. It is actually just an air horn, but it does signify that the next round is open. So I have gone ahead and popped it into the live chat. It should be appearing any second now. Pop your question into that chat, starting with the word question, if you want to nab yourself a free 3-card reading. Don't forget, if you want to guarantee that your reading is read, send it as a super chat. And if you want to guarantee that you have a longer reading, more intense, more in-depth, like Judy just had, then do make sure that you send a super chat of £6 or $8 or more. So yes, definitely, that is how you get the reading. So go ahead and do one of those things now if you want to get yourself a free or paid tarot reading. Did any of that make any sense? Probably not. Here's a recap. Good job, I got it, innit? Absolutely. Well, we've got no questions on the books right now. So if you do want a reading, then now is absolutely the time to get in there and get it done. I'm really, really interested in this sound therapy malarkey. I know it's not malarkey, but I forgot what the word was. In sound therapy, I have been at various mind, body, spirit type events, both as a practitioner and as a visitor, a client, and I've seen them doing the sound baths in one of the big Tibetan bowls, you know, the Tibetan singing bowls. I've seen that, and again, I was like, oh, that looks really interesting, but I felt really silly. So I am going, in fact, in oh gosh, when is it? It's not very long now, is it? About 5 weeks time, 4 weeks time, the 22nd of September. So that's virtually, almost just around a month away. So in a month's time, I am going to a live event in Bingley, which is a mind, body, spirit event. And I'm actually going as a tarot reader. I'm going as I've got a stall booked and everything. But if I've got a chance, and if there is somebody there doing sound baths, I might actually have to have a little go. That might be amazing, actually. So yeah, I will put details up actually on the channel. If anybody is local, if anybody is in the UK and around in West Yorkshire that wants to come and have a tarot reading with me live, I will be at that event. I do have a singing bowl. It used to be on here, which means it's probably anywhere, to be honest. Yeah, thank you, Patricia. So yeah, I do have one. I can't make it properly vibrate though. I never have been able to with a singing bowl. I just gong it, which isn't the way to do it. Anyway, good evening, Dorilla Caporale. Have I said that right? I bet I haven't, have I? Dorilla Caporale, I'm going with. You have got a question in, my darling, and it's the perfect time. Excuse me, perfect time to ask, because there's no other questions in. So this is the perfect time. So you automatically get yourself the next slots, and you automatically get that without having to, toss any talismans or anything else. So well done for that. Give me a couple of seconds. I will set the camera up and swap the camera over. But yes, I will put the details of the event into the members only space, and I'll include it in the description box of this and the next 5 weeks videos. So if anybody is local, then do please come along. Oh, hold on 1 second. Just make sure it's a kind of bowl that is safe for your skin. Some metals aren't meant to touch skin. What, like bronze and things, like the bronze, because they were all like big, huge bronze bowl things. I didn't know that. That was the other thing that put me off. You had to like do it in your socks. I don't like feet. So yeah. You're currently dyeing your hair again, Jay, and have another new piercing. Wow. And wow, I really want to dye my hair again. Ooh, okay, very cool. I can't dye my hair again, but I really want to like have deep purple hair, or black and purple, or black and red, or proper emo kid, black and red. But yes, also Jay, who was it I was listening to? Oh my god, I'm not going to be able to remember this now. JYX, SJYX, and also No Offense, who I know from, well, I don't know personally, but I know from YouTube. Love their music. It goes along with the Youngblood stuff. Anyway, right, all of that said, let's get on with the next reading. So Dorella, your reading is coming up in 15 seconds straight after this. What will your card say? We're about to find out, my darling. We are about to find out. So then let's just have a wee look. There we go. So then let's cleanse the area. It's not quite a singing bowl, but it is sound therapy, sort of. It does cleanse the space. And we're bringing in Wispy, who is the air elemental air dragon. And I love Wispy's energy. So then let's have a wee look. Wispy, I haven't even asked the question yet. My friend. So Wispy, Dorella Caporale would like to know, when do we see Tony contacting them? Now, Dorella, I'm going to slightly amend the question because there is an assumption here that Tony will. Okay, so I'm going to ask Wispy, do you see or do you think Tony will contact Dorella? And if so, when? Okay, so we're going to have a look at, I'm going to change the normal spread, Wispy. So we'll go the next couple of weeks, the 2 weeks after that, and the 2 weeks after that. And if there's no contact, then we'll have, reversals and cards that are obvious no contact. And if there is contact, then we'll have it in one of those spots, please, Wispy. Okay, so the next couple of weeks, which will take us up to the first week of September. A couple of weeks after that, which will take us into the middle and towards the back end, and then end of September, beginning of October. Okay, so that's the timeline of the 3 cards, Wispy. And we want upright cards and very definite cards if there is contact from Tony. Right, all of that should make sense. I'm just setting it out. Some would say I'm setting it out from my own subconscious. Some would say I'm setting it out for the gods, the deities, for the cards themselves. I'm setting it out for our Wispy, who is the elemental air dragon that I work with. So then, there we go. We've got a nice cut in the center. So then, are we going to have contact in the next 2 weeks? 8 of Pentacles. Right, there's a lot of work going on. It's reversed. Don't think so. Is there going to be contact in the 2 weeks after that? King of Pentacles. Again, work. Is Tony busy? Is this a work connection? Because we've got the 8 of Pentacles, which is all about, burning the candle at both ends, trying to get to the 9, trying to, get that final promotion, get that final push, get the project finished and move on to the 9 of Pentacles. Then we've got the King of Pentacles, which is literally the king is in his counting house, counting out his money. And then, oh, right, Dorella. There may be contact, but it might not be what you're hoping for, because it looks like in 5 or 6 weeks' time, so like after the next month, we've got the Tower, and the Tower is all about expectations being shook. Basically, this is what the Tower looks like on a standard deck. This is talking about the foundations being ripped from under you, the rug being pulled. This is all of that. Like, suddenly everything you thought was one way is something else. It's literally like learning. It's a bit like learning that your first ever boyfriend was gay, and you didn't know, and all that time, and the boyfriend knew but was too scared and all of that stuff. It's like, oh, brand new, or like saying, your husband who is vegan because you're vegan has been secretly eating burgers for the last 5 years. Every time he goes out, he's secretly snuffling away at McDonald's or Burger King or wherever. It's like that fundamental thing where you go, what? And it's a big shift. But it does feel like if there's going to be contact, it will be 5 or 6 weeks away, and that contact will change a lot of things. It may be as well, because of this, particularly because it's the Tower, it may be that there isn't direct contact. He isn't going to be contacting you directly, but some information will come out around the reason why. Okay, so I hope that helps. It feels like certainly in the next 4 weeks, in the next 4 weeks, I'll be very surprised if there's any form of contact. But afterwards, after that, if there is contact directly from Tony, it's going to be stuff that you might not want to know, or that will change, that will upheave. It will 180. If you think about an egg timer, or like a sand timer, you turn it upside down, everything changes. It's that sort of contact, because this is a major arcana card. Okay, so if he does contact you, it's going to be pretty major changes happening, and it will change how you see it. If he doesn't contact you, then there will be a reason that you'll become aware of on that 2-week period. Okay, I hope that helps, my darling. Thank you ever so much for your question, but it really doesn't feel, if you're wanting Tony to contact you, it doesn't feel positive right now, put it that way. And yeah, I hope that helps. Sorry, it's not what you're probably looking to hear, my darling, but I can only give you the information that the cards give me. And as I say, it's the answers you need, not necessarily the answers that you actually want. But thank you ever so much for your question. Right then, let's have a look. Oh, okay. You've got a singing bowl. Your mum's got one that's very pricey, but you've got one that was a tenner and it sings. I think mine's just off key. I think that's what it is. Some metal bowls are so big you can stand in them. Yes, this is the ones at the events. Yes, these are the ones at the events. So yes, I hope so. I hope they were, Neil. I hope they were. Oh, thank you, my darling. Have a lovely day, Judy. I hope that I hope you don't work too hard, but also I hope you do. Surviving Sunshine Morning Ray, you've asked this before. I've told you. I feel nothing. She's decided to convert to Christianity. I have gone back and seen some of the videos and a lot of the videos around the drama. But as I've said, it's her life. And a lot of people come to paganism from Christianity, and they completely turn their back on Christianity, or from Sikhism or Islam or any other religion. And some people go the other way, and that's perfectly fine. And there are writers that have gone from writing lots and lots of books in the pagan and alternative field, and have transferred to Christianity and have completely denounced all of their previous works. And there are people that have gone the opposite way as well. So again, people change. I know people who were at one point very, very, very going down a very, very dark magical path, very dark magical path. And I'm not talking about demonolatry or things like that, but a very, very, very concerning magical path. And now they work with crystals and healing energy and chakras. People change, and people are completely entitled to change, and people are completely 100% entitled to have their own opinions. No, you don't have to, Neil. You don't have to. I think that you were a friend of Tequila's, and probably for you it's a much more personal thing. I know I've had friends who have done things that have hurt me or inadvertently hurt me, and perhaps they intended to, perhaps they didn't, but people live their own lives. And I think it's perfectly fine that Lady Grave Dancer has converted to Christianity, and maybe that will help. Maybe that will help other people within the Christian field see paganism as a little bit different, or maybe it won't, and maybe it will whip up a whole new anti-pagan element in whatever church she goes to. I honestly don't know. And to be honest with you, my darling, it's fine. This isn't the place for big discussions around religion. And as I said before, my personal belief is that we are all different flies, insects, bees, looking at a candle through a multicolored lantern. Each of us see that candle through different colored lenses. And it may be that she was looking at it through a blue lens and now she's looking at it through a green lens or a pink lens or a yellow lens. Whatever it is, it's the same candle. It's just looking through a different color. And that, my darling, is all I have to say on it. And I wish her all the very best. I wish you all the very best. And that's all I have to say on that. Oh, wow. I didn't know that, Holland. That's fascinating. Your mum converted to Islam a little while ago. Didn't expect it, but it's her choice and you respect it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You can recommend having a full reading. They have an aura reader done by Kyrillan. What's it called? It's not called that. It's Kyrillian. Yeah. I haven't had it done. I haven't had that done. It's not something that I'm particularly interested in, to be honest with you. I used to do aura readings and things like that way back. The second one was while you were recovering. The first was many years ago. Wow, my darling. You don't get to choose people's paths just because you have been following them on social media or because you're related to them or because you're their best friend or their worst enemy, their first cousin, their sibling. It makes no difference. Everybody is entitled to follow their own beliefs, and also entitled to change them, because that's a universal right, isn't it? Or it should be. Anywho, let's go on. Let's have some more tarot readings. So then I'm opening up another free round. If you would like to get yourself a free reading, please do go ahead and pop your question into that there live chat, starting with the word question. Or if you want to nab yourself a slot, then please do go ahead and send your question in the form of a super chat. That will guarantee your space. If you would like a longer reading, do please make sure that your super chat is for, excuse me, I ran out of breath, £6 or $8 or above. That will guarantee your spot in that there, that will guarantee you the longer reading. All of that to say, here's a handy dandy 30-second recap. And a little 30-second video. Get your questions in now, and one of those will be chosen unless you send it as a super chat, and then it'll be you. Yes, let me have a wee look. Did we get in? I don't think we got a question in again. I don't think we did. Sorry, my keyboard keeps falling down behind me. Let me have a look in that there chat. Let's have a look. No, oh, God. Everything's jumping around all over the place. Grace, my darling, you are the only person who got a question in, so you're going to get yours. I thought you were at Stonehenge then in your profile picture, but clearly not. Flower Beauty, Peacock Rainbow, hello, my darling. Good evening to you. I hope you are well. I really do. Right then, let me entertain you. Let me get the reading ready. Don't press the end screen button. Lord, I do it all the time. Right, Grace, let me just have a wee look. I am going to do your reading. You're very lucky to come in straight away and get yourself a reading straight away. I'm going to do your reading in exactly 17 seconds straight after this. We have a super strong connection here. Right. Oh my God! then. Oops, sorry, everybody. Hopefully you're not seasick. Let me just move that to there. Ed, don't look. Ed, look away. I say that after. Ed's one of our moderators who's a little bit poorly today, has a bit of a poorly tum-tum. Can you still say that about an adult? I think you can. I don't think it's patronizing to say it about an adult. I quite often say I've got a poorly tum-tum. But anywho, right. So, Grace, we're going to cleanse the space from the previous reading and create a nice, safe little space here for your cards. And we're going to bring in Wispy, who is our air elemental dragon, who comes in and helps deliver the information from the Akashic records, which indeed is where the information from the tarot is held in my belief. You might believe different, but that's fine. All beliefs are welcome here. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So then, I do genuinely believe all beliefs are welcome here. You know, even if you think that I am the living embodiment of the spawn of Satan because I am working with tarot cards and I am a trans woman and blah 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 blah. No matter, you can have that. You can have that opinion here. You can't voice that opinion here, but you can have that opinion, and I will fight for your right to have that opinion because it means I can have my opinion, and that's grand. Right then. So, Grace, my darling, question: how does envy truly feel about me? Wispy, how does envy, not envy, but truly feel about Grace? Let's have a wee little look. And so then, here we go. We're going with, we'll go with where envy is right now. Okay, 9 of Cups. Ooh, sadness. There is sadness, negative emotions here. We'll have a look at what you need to know about how envy feels. Are you ready? Oh, 3 of Pentacles. Okay. Growth. I'll come to that because that's going to have an impact. But we'll have a look at what the outcome, whatever this particular scenario is, where is it headed, Grace? Oh, the Empress. Right. Okay. So the 9 of Cups. Cups is your emotional suit, and Cups is all about, as I say, all about emotion, all about like friendship. Normally, if it was this way up, it would be all about friendship and love and positive healing and, you know, lovely, warm, positive vibes and lovely energy and all of these nice things. But it's reversed. And so this is saying, when we're looking at where envy is, there's a lot of sadness here. 9 is full, 10 overflows. So the 9 of Cups is full of sadness. There's a lot of negative emotions, maybe regret, but a lot of sadness here. It really does feel like this is, regret, negativity, all of that going on with whatever's happened. Right, so it almost Wispy, give me that again, because it's all okay. Take it straight off. Take it straight off, Wispy. It's almost like a bereavement type feeling, So I don't know how close you two were or what's happened, but it really does feel as if it's as if something has ended, and envy is feeling it like that, as if, as I say, as if it is a bereavement. What you need to know though about how envy's feeling: the 3 of Pentacles. 3s are about moving on. So the 2 of Pentacles, the 2s for me are couples. 3s are about adopting a child, or in this case, the 2 is about discovering your niche or getting a job and meeting that employer. The 3 is about advancement. It's about, you know, taking those steps forward. So it would be about an apprenticeship. It would be about, you know, learning more, discovering more, all of that. And this quite literally is that, if that makes sense. it's that feeling of, so for you, what you need to know is that envy is not just going through those feelings. They are absolutely struggling, and maybe they're trying to get you to understand something, because this card is about understanding. It is Pentacles is work, career, finances, but it's also earth energy. It's connected to the earth element, and that is talking about growth, especially with the three. The three is a card of growth, and so in this particular position, I think it's saying that I think, I don't know why, but I want to say that I think you've hurt envy. I don't know why, but I think there is a feeling of hurt there somehow. So whether something's been stopped or cancelled, or whether they've asked you on a date and you've turned them down, that it feels like there is something here that you have an opportunity to learn from, as to why they're feeling that way, if that makes sense. And then in the outcome, we've got the Empress. Now, those of you that have been here for more than one or two live streams will know that the Empress is my favorite card in the deck. She is all about that nurturing energy, that earth mother goddess energy. She's about growth. She's about abundance. She's about, that loving, compassionate, empathetic energy. And for me, I think this is where you two could be headed. It feels like whatever's happened, if there is a way for you to discuss whatever's happened, discuss your feelings for one another, and to actually move forward, this feels very, very positive. It's not the Lovers card, so I don't know whether your connection is sort of physically romantic, put it that way, or whether it's deeply platonic, or whether there is that sort of really strong sort of relationship potential there, because the Empress, yes, the Empress itself has sort of mother quote unquote energy around her, but it's only in the way that she cares for her family. So yeah, I don't know if any of that helps, Grace, but I hope that it does. And as I say, it really does feel like there is absolutely a good positive outcome if you can find yourselves a way of talking and discussing that and getting over whatever's happened in the past. Hopefully that helps, Grace. I'm not sure if I can go into any more detail, but there you go. Thank you very much for your question. And yeah, I do think there's a lot of regret and a lot of sadness, and again, that feeling of that feeling of bereavement. I hope that helps. I really do. And thank you ever so much for your question. Right then, let me have a look at the comment section, because when I'm reading, I don't have the live chat on. Wow, hello everybody. Right then, let me have a look. Oh gosh, hang on a second. Hope you guys are safe in England. Yep. Been watching the crazy riots. Hope they have ended. Sending peaceful vibes. Racists being racist and kicking off, and I think we're up to, like, did I read we're up to 900 of them being arrested at the moment, and most of them are getting custodial sentences. So yay. Racist dickheads being racist dickheads and trying to burn down hotels where immigrants live and burning down a police station. And here in Leeds, where we live, there was a riot that was, it was ridiculous, but it ended up with police cars being overturned, police being attacked, and buses being put on fire, and the whole area, which was a really peaceful area, it was a reasonably peaceful area of Leeds has become very, very uncomfortable at the moment. Oh no, absolutely not media propaganda. Absolutely not. And it was as horrific. It was as horrific. There is still in the middle of the road the scorch marks where the bus was set on fire, and the shops are on very, very high alert up and down that entire area. So it's not, it wasn't, and it wasn't letting off steam. It was entirely like, it was very, very incendious for a while. Again, I can't talk about the other ones around the country, but here in Leeds, it was very, very, very difficult. And then there was a far right march that was planned in Leeds, and an opposing anti-racism march basically was going to take place at the same time, and the anti-racism lot outnumbered the far right by about 400 to 1. So they ended up not meeting, and they all scarpered because there were so many anti-racist people here in Leeds, which is absolutely amazing. Leeds as a city had race riots way back, probably 25 years ago, and that it fundamentally changed the city. And there, since then, there were major moves to integrate and to have a really interconnected series of communities, which was, you know, some of those projects are still running today. But unfortunately, where the riot in Leeds did happen, it was in a largely Romani and East European area, and there was a whole clash of communities between different communities there. So yeah, it was a little bit different to some of the other ones. Anywho, Aqua Witch, good evening. Hang on, I recognize your name, Aqua Witch. I think you might have been on here a long time ago, because I'm not sure that you are somebody who I don't think you're somebody. You're either somebody that I've just watched a video from, or you're somebody who was here a long time ago. I can't remember. Really glad to see you're live. I'm live three days a week, Tuesdays and Sundays, 7 p.m. UK time, and Thursday evenings, 11:45 UK time for a late shift. Now you're at the crossroad. Very important. You and your twin flame are together, but he was toxic in the past and now awaken and learn. Is this a tarot question, my darling? Also, your roommate is going to ask you to live with her or not. Need to choose one of them. Right. Okay. If it's a tarot question, my darling, we'll I'll get to that in a little bit, my darling. We'll do the tarot readings in a second. Oh, hello, Hannah Eriksson. Hello, my darling. Good evening from the deep woods of Sweden. Oh, I don't have Sweden. What time is it in Sweden? Hannah, what time is it in Sweden? I don't have Sweden on my list. I've got India, Australia, South Africa, and then 3 parts of the States. M. Grace. Aha, here we go. You used to work together back then, but he left the company. He hurt your feelings back then. He rejected your feelings. Okay, so maybe there is some sort of regret from his side. Quite possibly, my darling. Yeah, quite possibly. The deep woods of okay, I've got, yeah, the deep woods of Sweden sound lovely. They do, don't they? They really do. Hold off, Aqua Witch, until we open up a round. I will be doing a round soon. It's yours too. Oh, I like your bewitched photo. What's yours too? What's yours too? I don't know what yours is. Have I said something that's yours too? I'm not quite sure. Oh, thank you, my darling. No problem. Fall is in the making. Ooh, that's very cool. Hi, Code Deb. Is Code Deb here? Where? Oh, there. Hello, Cold Deb. Oh, also, hello, Uppy. I didn't see you, my darling, either. Wow, I didn't go far enough back up in the chat. Yes, it is. It is. It is. 10 past 9. So it's the same time. Oh no, you're an hour ahead of us. Oh, you're an hour ahead of us. Okie dokie, my darling. That's pretty much what happened in Leeds. That's pretty much what happened in Leeds. That's pretty much right. No, there's not. I tell you what it is, right? I tell you what it is. It's the same thing that's happened in the States. And it's the same thing that's happened, I would say, worldwide, right? Stale, male, pale people, so old white dudes, are basically getting their knickers in a twist because we live in a world that they can no longer control, right? So because they live in a world that we can no longer control as such, we have people of different faiths, different religions, different countries, different backgrounds, and countries that were previously very, very, very white are now multicultural. And so the white privilege that some of those stale, male, pale people had has quite rightly drifted away. And now they realize they can't be racist and they can't call people names based on where they come from. And because of that, they don't like it. And so they will turn around and say there's too many foreigners living here when the majority, well, not majority, well, probably the majority actually, or at least a very, very significant minority of the jobs that we rely on in this country, including the NHS, are currently, you know, the jobs that people don't want, the nasty, horrible, squishy, dirty jobs, the ones that keep us and others running, are largely held by people that weren't necessarily born here or are the second generation of people that came here. And because, quite frankly, and this is going to sound incredibly controversial and political, but I don't mean it to be, but quite frankly, from my experience, an awful lot of people that share the same pasty white pale skin tone as I have in this country are not interested in doing the type of jobs that involve getting dirty, messy or squishy. I worked in many, many care homes when I was younger, and many, many, many care homes. Many of the jobs that you do are not pleasant jobs. Wiping and cleaning and cleaning people who have soiled themselves and doing so with dignity. Unfortunately, those are jobs that don't pay very well and that aren't very pleasant. And in my experience, the people with the skin tone that I have that did those jobs wanted to be on X Factor and to be models and Instagram, well, not Instagram back then, but you know, that's what they wanted to do. They weren't interested in the jobs. And the people that have darker skin tones than me were some of the most amazing and caring, compassionate people in that field that I've ever worked with, because there wasn't that element of not wanting to get their hands dirty when older people in need had very, very physical and sometimes quite horrific physical needs that needed doing. So yeah, I will never disparage. And again, not everybody's the same. Not all people from any race or any collection are going to be positive. But in my experience, the carers that I worked with in a couple of different care homes that were my age at the time, so in their 20s, that were my skin tone, had no right being in that job. And the people at my age or older who had darker skin tones absolutely should be in that job. And that is my experience, and that's all I'm going to say on that. I fear for this country if the right wing was to get into control and forcefully remove people of a different skin tone, because thank you, Neil. Tarot. Neil says tarot. But yeah, I would absolutely, I would fear for this, for the welfare of this country if it was led to some of the carers and some of the things I saw that people of my skin tone were doing. Shocking. Anywho. Flower Beauty, let's not get onto that subject again. Shall we have, I tell you what, shall we have a palate cleanser? What have I got as a palate cleanser? Oh dear. I know I've got, and I'm not even that left, you know, I'm not even that left. I'll tell you what, let's do, I'm going to hit this. Hi, I'm Lisa, a practicing liminal witch and tarot reader with over 28 years experience in helping people find guidance through the cards. On this channel, I talk about all sorts of witchy, spooky and mystical things that interest me and I hope will interest you too. Welcome to Beyond Authentic. And we definitely don't talk about politics anymore. So yes, thank you for the first part of that. I'm going to stop where the heart is. Love you, stop. Yay, thank you very much. Oh, your favorite card is the Empress. Which version? Which version? Oh, Ed. Oh, I'm so sorry. Wow. Make sure you're drinking lots of fluids, my darling. Make sure you're drinking lots of fluids. Water, not a nice light ale, IPA or a Guinness or what's it called, stout. No, none of that. Water. It either comes in a bottle or it comes out the tap, right? Water. It's what you put with vodka sometimes. Yeah, that. Oh, I'm so sorry you're feeling poorly. Anyway, let's have a tarot round. So then we're going to open up a free round. I'm popping the doodah in the thing. I pressed all the wrong buttons then. Hopefully in the comments it should have just triggered. I hope it did, but there we go. We're opening up the next round. So please do pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. If you want to guarantee that you get the next space, Ed, maybe get yourself to bed. And if you're still like this tomorrow, ring a doctor or take yourself off to the hospital. L'hopital. Yeah, to the hospital. That's not good. If you're still poorly, doctors or hospital tomorrow. Thank you very much. Walk in and all of that jazz. Right then. So yes, do go ahead, pop your question to the live chat, starting with the word question, or send it through as a super chat if you want to guarantee that your place is next. I need to put the doodah on that one there. There we go. And here's a handy dandy recap reminder type thing. I love the music that I have for those videos. It's very calming, very soothing. Let's have a wee look. I've got the keeper of the questions has said Hannah. So hello, Hannah. Right, I'm gonna pop that. Hang on, have I not done it? I'm gonna pop that there just for a second. I've starred it. Ed, listen to me, my friend. Right, as a friend and as one of the moderators, my friend, if you are this poorly now, you need to phone in sick and leave a message on the works answer machine, because if you are this poorly overnight, whether it's sickness and diarrhea or just one of those, you don't want to be visiting clients. You really don't want to be visiting clients, my darling, or going in and making anyone else ill. Unless it's food poisoning. If it's anything else, if you haven't eaten something dodgy, a dodgy chicken sandwich or a dodgy chicken takeaway or whatever, then you could make people poorly. So it's one of those where you probably need to phone in sick. And what I'm going to say, my darling, is look, it's 8:20. Ring your workplace, tell them you're not going in because you are messy poorly, and then get off the blooming internet and go to bed. Because if it's still coming up, then you need to, try and lie down and look after yourself and not be messing around on the interwebs, my darling. But yeah, do please look after yourself and thank you. and get to the work thing. Yeah, tell them you're not going in, my darling, because that would be awful. There's nothing worse, is there? You know, when you're feeling all grotty and you've been ill the night before and you have to go into work and then you're still a bit dicky. There is nothing worse than doing that, and especially if you're working around people, you don't want to be passing that on to anyone. And I know you work with people. If you just work from home, it's fine. You know what I mean? Whose message have I got? There we go. Hannah's. There we go, Hannah. Hello, my darling. I've got to say, every time I look at your picture, for some reason, do you know what I'm seeing? And do you know what would be a really good Halloween type costume? Because you've got a lot of hair on the top of your head. Do the side bits white and do the Bride of Frankenstein thing. Because your photo, you look like you're super pale with dark hair. So if you just did like a little bit of white chalk and put on a white, essentially a long white nightie or a long white dress, Bride of Frankenstein costume, because you've got your hair up already. So yes. Anyway, let's have a look. Who is coming towards you in love? Right, I'm going to shift the question, my darling, because it's always an assumption that somebody is. So we're going to ask the cards, is there somebody coming towards Hannah? And if so, when? I can't tell you who, because there's 7 billion people on the planet. And I'm good with the cards, my darling, but I'm not that good. Do you know what I mean? I can't tell you. His name is John Gables, and he's 29 years of age from Norfolk, and he works as in the building society for new accounts, and he drives a blue Ford car. Don't know car makes. And he currently is single, has no children, but has a dog named Bo. You watch now. If any of that happens, I want an invite to the wedding. Right then, let's go ahead. I want invites to the weddings anyway. Let's go ahead and swap your camera over, my darling, and we'll do the usual. We will cleanse the space like so, and we will bring in the ever lovely Wispy. So there we go, lovely Wispy. So then, Wispy, Hannah Erickson would like to know who is coming towards them in love. So actually, Hannah is we're changing the question, Wispy. Is there somebody coming Hannah's way? If so, when, who, how, all of the details. So that's what we want to know. What is coming up for Hannah's love life? That's what we want to know, really. What is the future for Hannah's love life? Right, Wispy, I've asked 17 different versions of the same question. So what is coming up, or what is the future for Hannah Erickson's love life? There we go. Because it might not be a fella. Could be a female. Could be a non-binary person. It could be anybody. Who knows? We make no assumptions here on this channel at all, except for we assume that the cards know what they're talking about, because they normally do. Right then, so let's do your reading. So then, Wispy, is there somebody, and if so, who, what, where, when, how, all of the questions. What is coming up in Hannah's love life? That's what we want to know. So we'll have a look at where you are now. Okay, so where you are now. Okay, 4 of Wands. So you're quite stable at the moment in terms of your sense of identity, who you are, all of those lovely things, right? So this is not, I don't think you are currently in a position where you're like, oh my God, I really must find love. Oh, it's my own. You know what I mean? You're not that. You're not there. You're not in that position where you're like, nobody loves me. Oh, you're not desperately looking for that person. You're not, you're getting on with your life, basically. It might not be the most exciting of times, and you might want that lovely person to, you want to find that lovely person to spend your life with and all of that lovely. But at the moment, it's not the be all and end all in your life. It's like you've got other things going on. You're probably, if you're working, you're going to work, you're coming home, you're having to look after the pets, you're having to, feed yourself, do the washing up, all of that boring old stuff. But generally speaking, probably your life's okay right now. You know what I mean? Probably got a few friends, all of that. And again, this is very cold calling type seeing type thing. But the 4 is saying everything is going along, right? You've got other things happening in your life. Your life is quite stable. It's not as if your life has come to a grinding halt for lack of a partner, is what I'm trying to say, right? So that being the case, what do you need to know? Let's have a look. We've got, for love life, 10 of Pentacles coming in. So maybe you're working too hard, right? Pentacles is career, work, finances. Why is that at a funny angle? Is it just, there we go. Career, work, finance, and the 10 is overflowing. So this would suggest that you are working maybe a little bit too hard. Your focus is on work or study in that sort of area, and that you aren't actually perhaps allowing any space because everything's okay, and you don't have that longing need for a lover, for a partner. There isn't that like, oh my God, my life is incomplete. So because of it, you're allowing yourself to have that sort of slightly different work focus. Do you know what I mean? Like you're having that everything is happening, not necessarily things are happening around you, but you are quite happy getting on with your career, or quite happy getting on with, study, whatever this is. It's either work, career, finances. Quite often, as I say, it can relate to study. And then let's have a look at the outcomes. So let's see, we've got the 7 of Swords. So there is no immediate romantic connection coming your way, right? So in the next 4 to 6 weeks, you are not going to find yourself suddenly. So I've just realized all of the dust that we've been drilling in the back room. I've got under my nails. All of my nails are covered in dust. Sorry, I do apologize. I've just noticed that. So yeah, the 7 of Swords. 7 is difficult choices and difficult choices and difficult things to try and ponder. Now, the thing about the 7 of Swords is it's stuff that is being removed or taken away, right? So it feels like at the moment, to get to a place where you've got some space, it feels like you need to maybe take away some of your current commitments, right? It's a bit weird way of saying that, because 7 of Swords is all about obstacles, challenges, and hurdles. Okay, so the trials and tribulations of life. Now, because of that, the 7 is very much like in a classic depiction of the 7 of Swords, you've got somebody trying to steal them from a tented community in the background. So it's almost like the Knights of the Round Table and the army in sword fighting days have pitched camp, and then somebody's gone in and tried to nick 7 swords, and they've only managed to pick up 5, and they've left some. However, in this particular spread, I believe you are possibly focusing a lot on your future plans, your future career, all of that. And it means that I don't know whether there is actually space in your life right now for a partner. And I'm talking partner rather than there's probably space for, going out, meeting somebody at the club, going back to theirs, having a fun time, doing that sort of thing. I don't necessarily think there's space in your life right now for a long-term partner, a deep and meaningful. And I think if you were looking for that, you might have to actually make a little space, if that makes sense, and allow a little bit of wiggle room in your life. Because it's almost like right now, if somebody said to you, hey, Hannah, say if you met somebody whilst you were at lunch, right? Whether that's in the workplace or whether you were nipping out to get a sandwich from the shop, and they were like, hi, oh, hi, yeah, oh, no, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, no, that's really, oh, I'll tell you what, tomorrow, do you want to meet for coffee? Oh, that'll be good. Or after work, what are you doing after work on Friday? Oh, well, you see, there's this restaurant I've been meaning to check out. Do you fancy coming? And you'll be like, well, Friday I'm working, and lunch, well, I normally only nip out the office for like 5 minutes to grab a sandwich, and I normally eat at my desk. And actually, I've got a presentation to plan for next week. So this week's probably not very good. But then after next week, I've got, do you know what I mean? It's like, where's the time for romance there? So it feels like at the moment, my darling, when it says who is coming towards you in love, I think at the moment it doesn't matter who's coming towards you, because I don't think there's space for them in your life right now. Okay, make a little bit of space, make a little bit of socializing space, give yourself a little bit of breathing room, and that might open up those doors. But for now, in the immediate future, my darling, I think you're actually quite happy with where your life is. And yes, it might be nice to have somebody to share it with, but at the moment, I don't think that's a priority for yourself. And I think more than that, at the moment, I don't think there's space. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, maybe make a little bit of space, and then I don't know, if there's somebody at work that you've got your eye on, ask them out. Do you know what I mean? Do it that way round. Anyway, I hope that helps, my darling. I really do. Sorry I couldn't say to you, your person is coming. They're just round the corner. You know, look out for a green car with a red sticker on it. And then that'll be your person. But do you know what I mean? But I think at the moment, I think you just need to give yourself a little bit of breathing space, and then that might let them in. Hopefully that helps, my darling. But thank you ever so much for your question. Right then, let's have a look. No, you're not there. No, you're definitely not. You're definitely not crying because you need a partner. I wonder what those numbers were then, Blanca. Hold off on the doodah until I open up. I'll be opening up another round in a second, my love. Belinda's here. Hello, Belinda, my darling. Oh yes, you brought out your Queen of Swords. What? Brought out my Queen of Swords, and I've started to cut some people and obligations off. So be careful when you say you brought out your Queen of Swords and started to cut some people, because that could be misinterpreted or interpreted a very different way. But I get what you mean. No problem, my darling. Absolutely no problem. I think you just need to adjust that work-life balance a little bit, if you get my drift. Anyway, what time is it? Oh, it's only 8:30. I thought it was so much later than that. We've got plenty of time for more readings. So then, everybody, we are going to open up another free round. If you would like a tarot question, if you would like a question answered, do please go ahead and pop your question into that there live chat, starting with the word question, and the keeper of the questions will pick somebody at random. If you don't know, then you do have the opportunity. Sorry, I've got to just say, Ed has just mentioned in our group chat, for those of you that have been following on, that Ed has in fact now called work and explained, and is off work tomorrow because of poorly. So thank you very much for doing that, Ed. I would have worried about you otherwise, going, it's fine, I'll go into work, and then dragging yourself into work when you really shouldn't be. But yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Right then. So if you would like a tarot question, do go ahead. Pop your question into that there live chat, starting with the word question. If you want to guarantee your space, there is one way to do it, and that is by sending a super chat. It can be any amount whatsoever, but if you want to guarantee your space, that's how you do it. If you want to guarantee yourself a longer reading and get a bit more detail, then you can do so by sending a super chat of £6, which is about $8 or more. Anything over that, and as I say, you will get yourself that longer reading. Don't forget, YouTube takes its cut, and then 20% of whatever is donated on this channel, we donate to the PDSA, which is a pets charity, an animal charity here in the UK. Just in case you need a quick recap of everything I've just said, because I don't know what I say half the time, so I don't know how you're supposed to keep on track with it either. I forgot what I was saying as I was saying it then. Here's a handy dandy recap. the candle just fizzled out, and it went. I was like, "What's happening? Something's burning. I can smell some funny, weird smell." And it was the candle burning itself out. Right then, so we've got what? Aquilarius. Aquilarius. I didn't even know Aquilarius was here. Aquilarius. Let me have a wee look. Hang on. Banner off. Comment section. There we go. Aquilarius. You are there. I've got your question. Fabulous. Good evening, Aquilarius. Hello. I didn't see you come in. Unfortunately, I would have said hello. Everybody who isn't Aquilarius, please do go ahead and everybody who isn't Aquilarius, please do go ahead, select and copy your question and get it ready for the next round, if that makes sense. Right then, so Aquilarius, your question is going to be up in 7 seconds time. There we go. Oh, it's a bit wibbly today. Is that about the right angle? Yes, about right, isn't it? There we go. Right then. So, Aquilarius, let's have a look. A general reading, my darling. Of course you can. That's not a problem. Cleanse the space, and we bring in the always ever lovely Wispy. Now, just before I do Aquilarius's reading, I've got a request for everybody. Can you please go ahead and like this live stream? Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. I can't see it on this end because I'm on StreamYard. So if you can all go and hit the like button and then tell me how many likes the video's got in total, please. That would be really, really useful. And also, while you're there, I know if you're asking questions, it means you're subscribed. But can you also dong your bell? Or I should go like that. And just change your settings to all so that YouTube updates you whenever we go live. I have looked at the analytics recently, and there is a really huge amount of people that watch the channel but aren't subscribed, which is really surprising considering that a lot of the live stream certainly is all around the people getting their questions. So yeah, do please. Thank you, Wispy, for reminding me that I'm talking and trying to do 3 million things at once. But yeah, do please go ahead, hit the like button, and then just let me know in the comment section what number like you are, because I've got no idea from here. I don't know if anybody's even hit the like button at all. Anyway, Aquilarius, my darling, a general reading for you. We're going to do that for you. Wispy, the lovely Aquilarius. I'm saying lovely. I assume everybody's lovely, because I just do. That's how I live my life. Everybody's lovely. So the lovely Aquilarius would like to know what is coming up in the next few weeks. So we've got a general reading with a 3 card. That's what we're going to do. There we go. And there we go. So then, don't forget, everybody, after this, I will be opening up another free round. Unless you want to grab one of the last spots, it's 22. So we've got 20 minutes. So there may only be space for one more reading after this. So, Aquilarius, where you are, what you need to know. Oh, the Magician. Hello, my friend. We haven't seen you in a long time. And what the outcome is, or the potential future opportunity to come. So then, where you are right now, we've got the Queen of Cups reversed. Now, the Queen of Cups for me, like I'm not being funny, but if this person was as pasty pale as me, then this could be me, right? This could be me sat on a table with comfortable shoes on. Yep, definitely comfortable shoes on. There's a scrying bowl with an eye, what looks like a leather jacket with patches and spiky bits on and things like that, which is right up my street. Crystals and tarot cards and runes, not necessarily the runes, and necklaces and sun catchers and all these sort of bits and pieces, with a table there for a client. This is what I'm going to be looking like in a couple of 5 weeks time, I think it is, on the 22nd of September when I do my next event. But this is reversed. So the Queen of Cups herself is quite a nurturing, quite a loving, quite a caring, empathetic person in the tarot suit. Cups is about emotion. The Queen in this case is very switched in, very, very mindful of people's emotions and their own emotions and all of that. They're very normally quite a positive person, but this is reversed. So I don't know whether there is something at the moment going on where maybe this element of the Queen, that loving, nurturing kind of energy, is either left you right now and you just can't be asked. CBA, you just cannot be asked, or if there is something that has basically shut that side down. That's kind of what I'm feeling is that maybe there's been some disagreements, or maybe there's been a bit of turmoil recently. And okay, thank you, Wispy. Or maybe it's been more of a series of little events that where you don't feel appreciated, maybe, which is a horrible feeling, especially if you're somebody who cares passionately about the people that are around them and cares passionately and wants people to succeed and be happy. And then it's almost like you've had that thrown back in your face for some reason. My gut instinct is saying, my darling, that you'll whatever this is, it will absolutely pass. Oh gosh, hang on, I need that because I need the where is it gone? There we go. I need my little animation. So I do think this will pass. I think it's only a temporary flip of what you would normally feel. The Magician. Now, this is more of a standard image of the Magician, dressed in red, one arm raised, holding a wand with a table in front of them and all of the magical tools. This Magician is more of a scientist. So we've got the wands here in this bottle. We've got cups here represented by whatever this bottle of fluids is. We have this jar is the pentacles, and this corked bottle is swords. We've also got spirit here as well with a symbol of a Ouroboros, and this is probably rosemary because it probably just is rosemary or rose petals or something. So the Magician is all about making, manifesting and creating. Okay, and this way up it's really positive. And what this is saying, this is in the position of what you need to know, and this is saying that you have the ability to manifest and to create the world around you as you see fit, right? It might not feel it right now, but you can make some massive changes to your life and alter not just how other people treat you, but how you treat yourself. Okay, because the Magician is a bloody wonderful card, because it's all about having that vision of what it is that you want to achieve, what it is you want to change, what it is that you want to accomplish, and actually putting the steps in place, using the tools of life. So when we talk about the elements, we're talking about the cups from the suits from the tarot deck. Well, the cups is our emotional self. So that's putting your emotional self, as well as the wands, which is your sense of security. So that is your sense of self, your sense of place, your sense of identity, your sense of confidence. And then we've got the pentacles, which is growth. So that is that element of you that wants to plan for the future and put down roots and is connected to the earth and all of that. And then we've got swords, which is challenges and hurdles, but it's also new ideas and new thoughts and new things to challenge us. It's all of those things that you go, the life's ponderances that you do sometimes when you sat on the toilet, or when you're sat on the bus on the way to work, or sat at the bus stop, and you suddenly go, why is jam called jam? Is it because the strawberries are jammed into that little jar? What is it? Why is and then why do we call a car jam or a traffic jam a traffic jam? Because the traffic's not jammed in, it's not going anywhere, it's just stationary. Do you know those life ponderances? That is what this is talking about, using all of those different elements of your life and creating a world where what you want to change is changing, right? Does that make sense? You've got that. You can do this. So whatever this is, whatever's caused this upset, you are totally able to change this and to move forward. Totally 100% able to do so. And then the future opportunity, it's a little bit uncertain because this is down to your confidence. And I think whatever this is, I think you have been knocked and your confidence has been knocked in who you are and your emotional self and all of that. I think you have been genuinely knocked. And I think that people have not seen the true element, the true essence of what you've done for them, of what you've accomplished. I think people have taken you for granted in a way, and that is really knocking your confidence. It's really like you haven't been recognized for the work that you've done. And I think that's what this card is saying, because it's saying there is still turmoil, like there is still upheaval, there is still these questions of how you move forward confidently and whether or not you should move forward and how and why and when. And what I would say, my darling, is look, whatever's got you upset, whatever this card was, whatever's happened, you are able to choose a way forward, right? You have the skills, the ability, and the foresight to enable you to move forward in whichever way it is. You've just got to apply that with the belief and actually to then apply it practically, right? It's all well and good. I can sit here right now, right, and I can say I want to lose 2 stone in the next 3 months. That's great. If I'm still scoffing all the chocolate bars known to mankind, that ain't gonna happen. I have to put those steps in place. I have to go, instead of a chocolate bar, maybe I'll have a salad, or maybe I'll eat, I don't know, a piece of bread with some low calorie spread, or I'll have, you know, maybe I'm not even hungry and I'll have a can of pop or some water or some squash or a coffee or whatever. You've got to put those actions in place, and if nothing changes, nothing changes. And that is what I think this is. It's like you can make those changes, absolutely 100%. You've got the ability, the skills and everything else. You just need to have that extra element of faith, and I think you'll be fine. And I don't mean faith in anything from above or below or to the left or to the right. Faith in yourself, and I think that will help. But thank you ever so much for your question. I hope that helps, my darling. Whatever's going on, I really hope that things turn around and that you absolutely are able to you know, turn the situation around, and I hope that things do improve for you, and you are able to feel that confidence that I know that is there. I really, really do. But thank you ever so much for your question. Let me turn that. Which camera is it? That one. I almost clicked back on the same camera then. Let's have a wee little look. Oh, hello, my darling. You took the advice from one of the last readings and you're acting manager at present. Yes, you were feeling a bit underappreciated. Yeah, before stepping up. And now you're thinking of doing a tarot course. Tarot courses are good, but bear in mind that a tarot course is only as good as the person that wrote it. Okay, and that's all I'm going to say on that. I am writing one, but you know, it will probably take me 4 years. It won't take me 4 years. But tarot is a wonderful thing to learn, even if you never read for another person and you only ever use it as a tool to help yourself and to grow your own understanding of your life and where your life heads. It's a wonderful, wonderful tool to have in your arsenal. It really is. Oh, my darling, I feel for you. I feel for you. I really, really, really do. Let's have a look at that there chat. Right then. Your likes aren't working. It's only showing 1. Oh, no. What's everybody else got? What have you got on the front end? Neil, it says, is saying 14. On the front end, could you let me know in the live chat what it's saying for everybody? Because it will be different for everybody. So if you're watching this on the live, can you put it in the live chat? If you're watching this on repeat, can you put it down in the comment section of what the number of likes is that you can actually see, because it seems to be varying. While you're doing that, I am going to open up now. This is going to be for a quick reading, so we've got 8 minutes, and I will open up the free round, the last free round of this evening. So do please go ahead, pop your question to that there live chat, starting with the word question. This will be the final round tonight, so it's the last opportunity to get a reading for today. But do go ahead and pop your question into that there live chat, starting with the word question, and hopefully, I'll have time to answer it. So yeah, go ahead and do that, and we'll pick one of those at random. The keeper of the questions will pick one at random, coming up in 24 seconds time. Okay, right then, let me have a look, and I'm going with hang on. Oh God, why am I'm stuck on my banner page? Hold on, everybody. Lavina Israni, hello, my darling. What will happen next between you and Aniket? What will he do? Well, what's happened? What has happened, my darling? Because you've asked multiple questions over the weeks about you and Aniket, and you've asked the same question repeatedly over and over and over. So have you actually done anything? Have you spoken to him? Has he spoken to you? Have you had a conversation? Because you keep asking the same question, my darling, every single time, like whether I answer it as in a reading or not, nothing is happening, because either you're not speaking to him and making any moves or telling him how you feel, or he's not doing that for you. So I don't think I can answer that question again until either you make a move on him or he makes a move on you, because they're literally, everything is at a standstill. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, Eliz, is that right? Question: will I find a workplace you like soon? Looking for a job. Okay, my darling, I'll read that one as well. I think this is going to be the very last one. Lavina's not commented, so this will be the very last reading. If you are, I am back on Thursday at 11:45 p.m. in the UK, so it's quarter to midnight UK time. If you're in America, San Francisco, it's quarter to 4. New York, it's quarter to 7. South African time, it's quarter to 1 in the morning. In India, it's quarter to 5 in the morning. And in Australia, it's quarter to 9. Hopefully that's given you all enough kind of ideas as to where, as to what the time zone will be. But Eliz, my darling, I'm going to do this as we're rapidly running out of time. So I will do this for you now, my darling. Will you find a workplace you like soon? Let's have a look. Right then, Wispy, Elise wants to know, oh gosh, will Elise find a workplace that they would like soon? They are currently looking for a job. So are they going to, oh gosh, are they going to find a job that they like soon? Let's have a look. So do your cut, and we'll do the 3 card. Will you find a workplace you like? That's an interesting question. So we'll have a look. I tell you what, we'll do the career obstacle. So what's getting in the way? No, I'll tell you what, no we won't. We'll just do the standard, where you are, what you need to know, and what the outcome is. Right, so where you are, what is going on? Queen, really? Queen of Cups, she's upright this time. So you're looking for an emotional connection to the workplace. You're looking for something that is more than just, you know, turning up and clocking in, logging on, and doing a call center job or something like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that type of job. I've done that type of job many a time. But you're looking for something in the slightly more touchy-feely, that goes with your heart rather than goes with your head. Does that make sense? So you're looking for something that is very emotionally connected and that you feel that is the right place. Do you know what I mean? Rather than it just being, hey, come here and work for X number of dollars, pounds, euros, whatever per month. Do you know what I mean? Right? You're looking for that connection. As it's almost like you're looking for your place rather than just looking for your job. You're looking for your calling. What you need to know: 9 of Pentacles, right, my darling? It's feast or famine. Feast or famine. I do not think this is the economical climate at the moment for you to be too picky. So when it says, will you find a workplace you like? I think you need to just accept a workplace that will hire you, right? I know you're looking for something where there's that connection, where there's that fit, where you've got a sense of purpose. But I think you need to look for something where you're going to get that financial paycheck, basically, to keep the roof over your head and keep the food on your table. The 9 of Pentacles is literally feast or famine, right? You've got an empty plate, you've got all this food. When it's coming up reversed, I always say the 9 is when something is full, right? This is reversed. And this is in the what you need to know. I think if you limit yourself to something where you've got that emotional connection, that spiritual connection into the workforce, then I think you're going to struggle, because I think at the moment your priority needs to be literally putting food on your table and keeping a roof over your head, right? You can always carry on looking for work. Just because you accept a job doesn't mean you can't carry on looking for work, you know. So you can accept a job and look for a career. Do you know what I mean? So you can be, I don't know, cleaning toilets in McDonald's, right? That could be your, I don't know if there is a toilet cleaning job. I think it's just stuff, but you could be cleaning toilets in a shopping center, say, right? That could be your job. It could give you enough money, keep food on your table, keep a roof over your head. It's not what you want to do. It's not your career. It's not your calling, but it will pay the bills. And what that means is you're okay financially until you can then go and do X, Y, Z. Does that make sense, my darling? So it's like you're deeply passionate about art, but you're currently cleaning toilets in a shopping center. Great. Well done. You're paying for your bills. You're paying, you're doing what you need to do to keep yourself afloat. And then, now there is a job at an art gallery that's coming up. And now you can go off or whatever, now you can go off and do that. That's a good move. But at the moment, you need to make sure that you've got the food on your table, roof over your head. And then finally, the opportunity, right? This is, do not get scared about this. Do not worry about this at all in any way, shape, or form. The devil does not mean the devil. The devil is literally talking about material over spiritual. This is literally echoing exactly what I just said. In the way, I always grab this. So in the way that when you see a 5-pointed star, the top is always spirit. And then you've got earth, air, fire, water under it. So you've always got those 5 elements. The top is spirit, our spiritual self. When it's reversed, we put our spiritual needs secondary, and we make sure our physical needs, our emergency needs are met. That we've got a roof over our head, we've got heat, we've got water, we've got food, right? That is what you need to do. And this card has just completely echoed what I've just said here. Any job will do. Any job at all that you can get at the moment in this economic climate is a bonus, right? And then you keep looking. You don't stop when you've got your whatever job it is. You keep looking, and you do so that you find something that is more fitting to what you want to do long term. But in the short term, you're not out on the streets. The devil in this case is looking at the devil in the details. Make sure that whatever job you can get, any job out there at all, it can be. When I first moved to Leeds, my job was moving 25 kilogram or 50 kilogram bags of popcorn kernels from a pallet on a truck to a pallet off a truck, piled up, because they didn't have a forklift. or the forklift wasn't able to get into the truck. Sorry, that was literally what my part-time job was. My agency work was. So again, it doesn't matter what the job is, doesn't matter at this point. Any job to make sure there is food on your table, and then once that is covered and you've got a sense of, you know, you've got your security under you've got the basics, you've got the essentials covered, is what I'm trying to say, and then go for the career job. Hopefully that helps, my darling. I really hope it does. Best of luck to you. Absolutely complete best of luck. It's a horrible world out there at the moment at times, especially in the job market. You need to have like 7 degrees to go and, you know, be a dog walker. But probably quite rightly. But yeah, so best of luck to you, my darling. I really, really hope that helps. But that is going to be your reading for today. Aniket, not Aniket. I've just done the same thing that you did, Holland. Lavina, I hope I haven't offended you, my darling. But again, you need to take some action. Take some action, my darling. And that is going to be it from us here today. Yeah, thank you for those of you that didn't get a reading today. I will be back on Thursday at 11:45 p.m. British time, quarter to midnight here in the UK for a late shift. Chances are some of you will just be getting out of bed at that time, or some of you will be about to go on your lunch breaks. Either way, hopefully we'll see some of you there soon. Oh, Mandy, my darling, good evening. Did I see that you were here? I'm not sure that I did, but good evening and good night to you, my darling. Thank you to everybody who asked questions. Thank you to everybody who super chatted. And thank you again to the most wonderful community here on the internet. I love y'all, especially the mods who keep this a wonderful, safe space for all. So thank you ever so much for being here, everybody. I will see you on Thursday night. And yeah, that is all from me. And as I always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.